big, thick, creamy, double G's.
With a mouthful.
It's action in your mouth.
No head. The body looks flat.
Well, we don't like flat nines, that's for sure.
It's kind of weird. DOA. Dead on arrival. There's no action in my mouth.
You're right.
It's just too bleh.
Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here
for dark beer.
And today we have from Sweden.
Oh yeah.
Sweden.
The Swedes have brought us, excuse my pronunciation, I'm going with Dugs Cacao.
Cocoa Cacao.
Cocoa, for sure it's cocoa.
Cacao.
Cacao.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dugs.
It is an Imperial chocolate stout coming in at an 11.5% ABV.
Nice. Dugs. I've never heard of Dugs.
Dugs. So this place has a ton of beers. Like, I mean, on their website you can just keep scrolling and scrolling, like beers for days.
It's beers that they have available or just beers that they've done?
That they've done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like they do a fair amount of collaborations, but some of them are retired, some of them are currently available. So.
And they might bring some of them back, I would think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird name, right? Dugs.
It is. So Dugs, the full name again. Sorry, I'm going with Dugs Bryggeri out of Sweden.
Bryggeri almost sounds like brewery.
Right.
A little bit. Bryggeri.
With a mouthful.
Yeah.
Bryggeri,
right?
And then Stillwater Artisanal out of Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, which you've never heard of them either. So.
Yes.
Yeah, this was inspired by everyone's favorite candy, according to the website, which is a chocolate bar in a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
So we've heard that before.
Yes.
So we'll see. It's almost the size of a chocolate bar. Look how tiny it is.
No, these are super small.
Yeah.
Especially with giant man hands.
Yeah.
Like yours.
This is their 7th collaboration, which is interesting. Their first dark, which is kind of cool. So to me, it's just really their first collab. Since all we drink is dark, we don't care about all the other collabs.
It makes me a little nervous being their first dark collab. Like, does that mean that the first one was a home run, or that they, it was kind of a trial and error?
But you saw a lot of darks on the website, right?
There were. Yeah, there was a fair amount. Yeah.
So for the first one, they wanted to do a big, thick, creamy stout. So they decided on a stout, and they wanted some kind of a childhood dessert candy bar thing that obviously we all grew up with candy bars and things like that when we were young. Yeah.
Okay, so this one, its original release date was May of 2017, so been around for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I saw contradictory things. Some said still in production, some said retired, so I'm not really sure.
I looked for a date too, and
I did too.
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing on it, so we're not sure. Yeah.
Okay, a little bit about the brewery. So in 2002, Mikael Dug Engström.
So that's his middle name.
Yes.
Dug.
He is the founder and CEO and brewmaster. Met with an Englishman, and the Englishman told Mikael that he was in the business of selling filters used to brew beer, and he had an associate in the business of selling secondhand breweries. Mikael started thinking, wouldn't it be super cool to have your own brewery and your own beer? And
there you go. Way back in 2002. So yeah, an Englishman. It's funny, they don't remember his name or anything. He just remembers he sold filters.
Yeah. I'm sure that English guy is not too happy that they don't give him a little credit.
Well, it sounds like Mikael started studying Swedish legislation for alcohol and things like that to kind of brush up on basically how to start a brewery, which was smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Every country probably has their own legislation and rules and things like that. So, and just met with a bunch of people that he knows and tried to get as much advice as he can, and opened up a small brewery.
Okay, so we are now 2005. Fast forward.
Yeah.
They opened the doors to Dugs in Moldnal, right outside of Gothenburg on the west coast of Sweden.
That's pretty quick. He did this in 2002 and already in 2005. So 3 years I would think it was quick if you.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think you had a lot of resources.
Yeah, and I looked, and that's basically between Oslo, which is everyone kind of knows where Oslo, Norway is, and Copenhagen.
Denmark.
Yeah, so kind of close to Denmark, but kind of in between there, yeah.
Yeah. So just, I'm going to keep this brief, a little bit about the brewery they collabed with, which is our Stillwater Artisanal. Started in 2010 by a Baltimore native named Brian Strumke. He was a well-known electronica DJ, and somehow it led him down the path of going into craft beers. In 2004, he started doing like unconventional brewing methods, which he was well known for, and he was considered the first gypsy brewer. I'm not really sure what that means, but
yeah, probably maybe U.S. gypsy brewer, because I know McKellar he's been brewing forever, kind of like that would go around.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows, but yeah.
Right. So then they also say, this is kind of cool, that Brian nor Stillwater, the brewery itself, they don't own a facility. He's just basically traveling around and collaborating, and he's in 12 different countries.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, super impressive.
And in 40 states, U.S. states, so it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've had a beer that we've seen Stillwater collab on. We might have had one, but I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Well, even on here, you have to turn it upside down, Stillwater.
Their website is so trippy.
Yeah.
Like, you have to Google Stillwater Artisanal. Like, it's really out there. It's cool though. Like, they stand out, but it definitely
hard to navigate.
Hard to navigate.
Yeah.
Just a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there was a lot on both these beers, which we don't want to get into too much, but you can go to their websites and find out. But we hardly ever have 2 pages. This is a lot. I mean, it was a collab, so yeah.
Yes, both companies on Instagram also, so you can look up their names.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
So ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So much for the big intro, huh?
Yeah.
Get this little bottle. I'll let you pour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this little mini, you guys, it is an 11.2%. So I'm gonna give myself the 11 and
give me the 2
and the 0.2.
Thank you. And where'd you get this? I think you picked this up.
This might have been a Baron's purchase.
Might have.
Yeah. I'm not certain, but
yeah, I remember. When you see cocoa, and cacao, like it's all chocolate, and then you read it's Imperial Chocolate Stout, brewed with cocoa, a coconut, and vanilla. That kind of gets at the Dugs. If I'm pronouncing it right, Dugs, whatever the hell. I'm terrible with pronunciations. That it's a weird name. I've never seen these beers before. So. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna
appearance.
Yeah, I'm starting off. This looks so flat. There is zero carbonation. The body looks flat. No head, no lacing.
For 11 and a half, it wasn't that dark to me for 11 and a half. So, like you said, no head, no lacing, no nothing. And like you said, they brewed this, from what you could find out, in 2017. We don't know if they brewed it since then, but 2017, that's 3 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what do you give? What do you give appearance? There wasn't much to it.
No, I'm going to start very low. I'm starting at a 2.5. Like, it leaves me, you know, pretty concerned about the categories to follow. I mean, it just looks like it's DOA, dead on arrival.
Yeah, I gotta give it a 2. Like you said, it poured light for 11.5, which is 11 to 12 is usually pretty dark. No head at all. No lacing, like just no bubbles, no anything. So
it looks like a drink that sat out at a frat party like all weekend, and you're just getting around to dumping it and cleaning the house. So.
Yeah. Okay. So what about aroma?
Okay.
Now I do smell chocolate.
You do?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay. It smells.
Yes.
They redeem themselves on the aroma. It smells really good. Super sweet. A nice chocolate vanilla swirl. I'm not getting any coconut, just a general sweetness. That's it.
Yeah, when you poured it, I could immediately smell chocolate, even though there was no head or anything. I could smell it.
Okay, have at it.
I'm glad there's not a lot of coconut.
I don't get any.
Yeah, it's chocolate. Yeah, it's a good chocolate. It's not like a really thick kind of candy bar chocolate. I'm not getting that, but I am getting chocolate.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I like the smell too. It's not the candy bar kind of chocolate smell that I was hoping for, but it is pretty chocolatey. So, yeah. So, what do you give aroma?
I like it. I'm gonna jump up to a 4.
Okay.
I get the chocolate vanilla. That's about it. But I mean, that's all that's described. But yeah, just. You know, 4.
Yeah, I'll give Dig Dug. Remember that video game, Dig Dug? Anyway.
Really?
Yeah. I'll give it a 4 too, because I really like the aroma. I think it's not quite a candy bar-ish aroma to it. I'd give it more than 4, but it is chocolate, which you expect from cacao. You know, which is all chocolate. So yeah.
I don't like cacao. It's like unnatural to say.
I know. You want to say cocoa?
It sounds like a. Like a virus.
I know, right?
Cacao.
Exactly.
Or something. Okay.
So go ahead and give it a taste.
Okay.
It smells really good.
It's looking very syrupy to me.
Yeah.
It almost looks like maple syrup or watered down like chocolate syrup. But here we go.
I'm starting to get a little more coconut too in the aroma. Just a little bit more.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly, very much. A strong resemblance to chocolate syrup that you would like put on ice cream.
Yeah.
But it's flat. It's got kind of a funky aftertaste because it is so flat. If it had just a little bit of carbonation or it's not very complex. It's just like chocolate syrup and then a weird aftertaste.
Yeah. Well, it is still water, right? Still water.
Yeah.
Glad with still water. It's very
water.
Still. There's no carbonation, no fizzing.
You're right.
Very still water.
Good job, Stillwater.
Yeah.
You made your mark.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like a beer.
I know.
Right? It doesn't look like a beer.
I know. I've never had a beer this flat or motionless or lifeless. But it tastes good and it smells good. It's just not. Doesn't give you like that like the enjoyability of a beer that's complex with head and carbonation and different levels. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
The taste is a lot like the aroma though. You are getting the chocolate, but it's the exact same kind of chocolate, right? It's not, like you said, it doesn't have many levels or complexity to it. It's just kind of the same as the aroma.
So weird.
So what do you give the taste?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with a 4. It is a good taste. It's just I'm just torn that I've never had a beer that's so flat and it's been refrigerated properly, but it feels almost like just warm and like it feels like it's been sitting out and it's warm. It's like room temperature and it's flat and it's just off for me. But I do like the flavor. I just don't like the lack of other components.
So what do you give it?
4.
Give it a 4. I actually give it a 4 too because I actually like the taste. And if this beer is 3 years old, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because we've had some less than that were a total off. compared to what even other people reviewed of the beer. So I'll give it a 4. I actually like the taste. It's actually a good taste. It's just like the aroma. Like it's a good little chocolate beer. Now there's no carbonation at all.
Nothing.
It's flat, but it's not flat. There's just no carbonation to it. It doesn't taste like a nitro beer or anything like that kind of flatness. It's just not. Yeah, there's no carbonation to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that kind of, everything we just talked about kind of goes with the texture too.
Yeah.
It's too flat for me, and it's too lifeless and motionless. Like I want some fizz and some activity in my glass.
It is a thick beer though.
Yeah.
I get some thickness to it. I know it's 11.5. Maybe not quite 11.5 to taste, but it tastes thick to me.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's more like a flat 9 to me.
Okay.
It's just lacking. So I don't love the texture. I actually like the texture less than I like the aroma and the taste. So I'm going to give it a 3 on texture.
3 on texture?
Yeah, it's just too bleh for me.
Well,
blah is a good word.
Well, we don't like flat 9s, that's for sure.
No flat 9s.
I don't know. I actually. There's some body to it, you know?
I don't get it.
There's body to it, so I think I'm actually gonna give it a 4. It's not an 11.5 to me, but I wouldn't go quite to a 9. I think it's over 10. It has that syrupy kind of texture to it, which most of the time you don't get that till over 10. Mostly, 11s, 12s, 13s that we have, you kind of get that texture of a syrupy, and I get a little bit of that syrupiness to the texture and the body of it. So that's why I'm going to give it a 4, because I do feel like it's a heavier body beer. I think if it had the carbonation and things like that, it would be better. So yeah.
Okay.
So what about the finish?
On to the finish. I'm going to go with a 3.5. So I've been all over the board. Appearance was my lowest, but I'm going to go 3.5. I really do. I enjoy the aroma and the taste, but the other categories just bring me down. Like it doesn't look like a beer. It doesn't feel like a beer in my mouth.
Yeah.
I get like the sticky, the stickiness from the sweetness and like the chocolate and the vanilla. So I appreciate that I am getting the chocolatiness of the beer, but the lack of the other components they just don't equal out.
Okay, so 3.5?
Yes.
3.5 for finish. I'll have to give it a 3, I think, on finish. That's kind of, besides the appearance, like when you first tasted it, there was a little funky finish. I'm just getting a little funky finish on the end. That's all. It still tastes the chocolate. It's still pretty consistent from the aroma to the taste. It's just the finish is a little kind of off for me, just a little bit. But what I love, it's not bitter.
No, it's not. It's not bitter.
It's not bitter at all. So for the finish, I'm going to give it a 3 because I don't mind it. It's good. It's just not finishing sweet. It's finishing with this little kind of funky taste. Like you said when you first tried it, like it's got a little funky finish to it. So yeah, I'll give it a 3. Yeah. So Janet, what do you give Double G Dudukes Coco Cacao Kiki Cacao?
Well, I am giving what you just said a 3.4 out of 5. It's got a lot of strong points. Like,
yes, I agree.
It really does, but the not so strong points just really pull me the other way. Like I just can't have a beer that's this flat and this dull. Like it's kind of a Boarfest beer. Like it's
a little bit, yeah.
There's no activity. There's no action in my glass, there's no action in my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like usually you get like all sorts of carbonation and fizz and tastes and like there's nothing going on. It's just like it's flatline. So instead of Stillwater, they should have collabed with Flatline.
Yeah, well, it's close, right? Stillwater.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great motto for a brewery. What do you say? Action in your mouth?
Yeah, or a party in your mouth.
Action in my mouth. It's action in your mouth. Yeah, this maybe this is Stillwater's trademark.
Yeah.
no carbonation.
Yeah.
You know,
still beer, still water.
it's still good. Like, it's chocolatey.
It's still good.
We get a lot of beers that say they're chocolate and they're not. This is chocolate, and so it's good. It's just kind of, yeah. It's weird because we both, our categories were kind of all different, but yet I came up with a 3.4 just like you.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a better beer than the 3.4, but the appearance and the finish brought it down for me instead of it being almost like a 4 or over, because there's just no carbonation. There wasn't no head, no lacing, and the finish is just a little off. But besides that, I would love to try a fresh batch. You know,
Fresh.
and instead of Stillwater being rough water, you know, give us some rough water.
Some rocky water.
Some rocky
rough
water. Yeah. So we both gave it 3.4. Gumbo Mud review obviously is a 3.4. Yeah. So we definitely want to try more beers from Dukes. Am I saying that right? I've been saying it wrong this whole review.
You get so serious before.
Dukes.
Is it Dukes?
Is it Dukes?
Dukes.
What is it?
I like Doogie. Dukes.
Doogies, double G, Doogies. Yeah. So we give it a 3.4. We want to try more beers from Doogies.
Oh, I would for sure. The flavor is dialed in. If you can just bring up the other components,
right,
you've got a home run. But
yeah,
right now it's just really, it's strange to me.
Yeah, it's a little off. It's kind of one of the strangest beers we've had so far.
It is.
Right? But it's still good, which is good. So, yeah, anyway, so that's our review for Doog's Cacao. Sounds like a cartoon. Cacao. Yeah. Or what's a cockatoo bird? Cacao cockatoo? No.
It sounds like when people do the bird call. Cacao.
You're right. As a cockatoo. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And click the like and share button to share with everyone, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
And you can find us on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.